What's up guys, this is Ramsey from Kaboom Comics and Collectibles, and if you know me, I've been collecting for a long time. So this is a brand new series called What's in the Box, where I share my unboxings with you. So if you want to know what's in these boxes, keep watching.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Alright guys, so let's get started. So a while back I sent a bunch of my prized comics out to get slabbed. So slabbing is a process where they enclose the comics in a plastic container where nothing except maybe sunlight can fade them, but nothing else can take away from their grade. Before that I sent them to Impressive Comics, shout out to Kendra, who is a comic book presser, and what they do is they take out a lot of wrinkles and stuff out of the comics so you can get a better grade. So if you're gonna send anything to get slabbed, make sure you get it pressed beforehand by a professional. So I got some stuff back in, I believe this is from CGC, and I think this is from CBCS. So let's see what they sent me. Here we go. So you can see CGC here. Sent a bunch of these slabs. All right, so let's see what we got. Well, first of all, I'm gonna take them all out of these plastics because I got other ones that are better. First one we have here is Captain America Comics number 53, 1946. It's before Marvel was even Marvel. They were called Timely at the time. And so here you see Cap flying off the top of a building. And this came back a 4.0, which isn't too bad considering it's from 1946. So it's been around 60 years or so. I set all of these to get pressed, and it would have come out at least 2 grades lower. So pressing really does help you get a better grade and more value out of your comics. All right, second one up is another Captain America. They do send you the grader's notes and tell you everything that they found wrong with it. This is from 1948, number 65, again, Timely Comics. It came back a 1.8, and the reason, despite this one looking probably better than this one has some raggedy edges down here at the bottom. Despite it looking better, it came out at a lower grade, and the reason for that is that it is missing a staple, and I'm not sure if it's at the top or the bottom. Heck, it might be missing, yeah, it's missing the bottom staple, and so they're really harsh. If anything is missing from that comic or isn't original, they're really, really harsh on the grading. But I love this cover. It shows Cap slapping Bucky. Kind of reminds me of that Batman meme where he's slapping Robin, and I might make a meme out of that. So. Alright, so next up we have the first appearance of Thanos. Obviously Thanos super popular because of the movies. If you read comics in the 90s, you read Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos Quest. He was all over the Silver Surfer comics. This is his first appearance in Iron Man number 55 from February of 1973. And I think it's also the first appearance of Drax. Let me see what it says here. First appearance of Thanos, first appearance of Mentor, first appearance of Drax the Destroyer, Star Fox, Kronos, and the Blood Brothers. I've had a few of these come through the shop a couple times. I think one of them might have gotten shoplifted. And so I really expected this one to come back like a 6.5 or a 7. But with Gary's magic, we were able to get an 8.0 out of this, which makes me pretty happy. Another of my favorite comics, we have Fantastic Four number 48, the first appearance of Galactus. So it says first appearance of Silver Surfer and Galactus, cameo on the last page, Inhumans and the Watcher appearance. So this came back at a 4.0. You can see in the back here, it was heavily stained. There's color missing along the top where it was wrinkled, but Gary was able to take the wrinkles out, and also somebody drew like a little star on the Watcher's head or something. I don't know if that can be taken out with cleaning or not without really harming the comic, but a 4.0, that's not too bad. I was expecting like a 3 or a 2.5 on this one, and it looks really nice and crisp. Again, some staining on there. Sometimes there's some pressers that'll try to remove the staining, but there's a chance that CGC might spot that and give you a restored grade, which is a green label, and you don't really want that. It does lower the grade, or lower the value. All right, and here we have the first appearance of Frank Castle, the Punisher, in Amazing Spider-Man 129. What was the date on this? February 1974. 5.5. I was really expecting better on this one. I mean, it looks way too clean to me to be a 5.5. I need to relook at the notes and see what exactly. I see some staining around the bottom corner here, and yeah, there's a little staining along the top back here on top of Evel Knievel there. Yeah, some on the side here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll get a closer shot. But yeah, I was really hoping for a I don't know, I was hoping for a 7 at least on this one. But hey, you win some, you lose some. And here's an oldie but a goodie. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 12. I think it's the 3rd appearance, yes, of Dr. Octopus. And there's a letter from Dave Cockrum in there, who is famous from X-Men and several other titles. I guess he wrote in back in the day, and then he actually got to work in comics, which is really, really cool. So yeah, 3rd appearance, and you know, to me, the 5.5 looks in better condition than this one, but they must have found something in there that, you know, that in this one that they didn't like, and they're like, oh, that's gonna lower the grade a lot. It could have been the staining. But yeah, this one, a 6.5 is really, really awesome. Off-white pages, you know, it is from the 60s, it is pretty old, but number 12, I love it. It looks awesome. Let's get into the other box. All right, so I sent a couple to CBCS. CBCS is a different grading company than CGC. And what they do that CGC doesn't is they will authenticate autographed comics. And CGC will only give them an authenticated grade, which is a yellow label, if there's an official CGC witness watching the signing happen. Then they can verify that it happened in their presence. CBCS hires professionals to look at other autographs and compare them. They're owned by Beckett, and you know, Beckett is known for, you know, throughout the sports industry, and they authenticate sports signatures all the time, so they just kind of rolled that over to comics as well. Problem being that you know, there isn't always a CGC witness around to witness the signatures. We went to something called the Diamond Summit last year, and that's for retailers of comic book stores. There's a lot of seminars and stuff that we attend, and one of the cool things is that we get to meet awesome artists, and we didn't really know beforehand with too much time who was going to be there. If not, I'd have gotten some other stuff signed instead, but you know, I think it was the day we were leaving, we found out who was going to be there signing, and we're like, wow, we really have to find something. And we were able to find some stuff. Super nice dude. I'm a huge fan of his. And as retailers, we were able to get something pretty dang special. And I think it's going to be these two right here. So as retailers, they provided us with some exclusive comics that you could only get at the Diamond Summit. Only the retailers could get them. I believe there was only 500 printed and way less signed. So, what grades did they get? I don't know, but this is the Spawn number 297, Road to 300, Retailers Are King, exclusive. Signed by Todd McFarlane in gold Sharpie right there. Cool, so this one got a 9.6. Pretty happy with that. That's pretty cool. 9.8 would have been amazing, but you know, that's fine. Ooh, both of them came back a 9.6. But there's not a ton of these out there, as only the retailers that attended, you know, were able to get one of these. So it's pretty cool. I got to meet the guy who was super, super, super nice. Great guy, super talkative, great with his fans. First time ever meeting Todd McFarlane. And yeah, I mean, I'm still a huge fan of his, so cool. We got two of these, both of them at 9.6. They would have probably come back a 9.2 or 9.4, but that pressing did make a difference, and usually a couple points can make a big difference in what you can charge for these comics. All right, and so these other two, also signed by McFarlane, were some that we just happened to have at the store. And, you know, I would have loved to get an Amazing Spider-Man 300 signed. We didn't have one at the time. Any of those, you know, key comics We did not have any. We grabbed what we could, and so here we got an Spawn 222. It's the homage cover to, I think it was 316, where Venom was on top of Spider-Man that he drew when he was working at Amazing Spider-Man. So this one also signed by Todd McFarlane and authenticated by CBCS. Came back a 9.6, so that's pretty awesome. I mean, and it's crazy, you know, the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8 is sometimes so tiny. But anyway, still really happy with this. And this last one is from his early days in Spawn. Spawn number 8, which is also an homage cover to the Spider-Man number 1 that he worked on back at Marvel. This one, oh, 9.4. All right, yeah, there's some spine ticks there. Corners aren't very sharp. There's some color loss there. So still pretty awesome. 9.4, signed by McFarlane. I mean, I got 4 McFarlane signed comics, whatever grade they came back. Still really happy. Thank you to CBCS for authenticating. Thank you to Todd McFarlane for being an awesome dude, and Diamond, you know, for allowing us to meet him at the Diamond Summit. So yeah, that's it for Ramsey's What's in the Box unboxing for today. I'm gonna rebag all of these, put them into my CGC collection, which I'll show you guys one of these days. But 9.6 signed by McFarlane, 9.6 signed by McFarlane, 9.6 signed by McFarlane, 9.4 signed by McFarlane, but still pretty awesome. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. So guys, I have a lot of really cool stuff, and I'm going to be doing frequent giveaways. So if you want to win some of this, make sure you like this video, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and that way you know when it's happening. We'll see you soon.
So scary. Okay.
Hey, do you want to win some cool shit? Well, then make sure you fucking...
That's natural.
And I point down to my crotch. Okay.
This is a disaster.
No. Dude, wait. You have to like Ramsey, stop. You have to be like.
How many times am I gonna hit myself with this heavy ass thing? What was that again? I haven't eaten any carbs, so my memory's totally shot.
It's been half a day.
I know, but I'm very carb starved.
Something like that.
You want to say it for me? And then
No.
like I'll just move my mouth and it's your voice coming out.
No.
Did I even say frequent right?
You said frequent, but...
Frequent? I'll get a little
But other
freaky.
than that, everything
Little
was
freaking
perfect.
here in this place. All right, let me start again. And turn on your notifications so that you know when it's happening. Oh, I'll see you soon.